Hey you, yes you. Today I'm going to do you a huge favor. Something that no one else has done for you, something that you haven't done for yourself. I'm going to share with you why I believe that saving money today, there was a day where it was actually a good idea. There was a day in time when it was a good idea. That's not today. I always say on my videos, and I mean this, post 2020, everything changed financially. And I'm not going to break all of that down in this video because we're going to move pretty quickly. But today I wanted to share with you one of the things I get the most pushback on, probably the second most pushback. The first would be don't buy houses. So we'll do a video about that one day in the future. But today we're going to talk about why I believe today, it hasn't always been this way, but today, saving money is one of the absolute worst things you can do with your dollar, with your paycheck, okay? And so we're going to talk about that in this short video. We're going to break it down. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, if you have your own take, your own opinion. You're welcome to share. Also, if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. And by the way, if you would like to learn how to start a business from your phone, I teach people how to start and run fully automated middleman businesses from their phone. You can run it from anywhere. It's a mobile business, and all you do is three things. You connect customers with businesses. So you book customers, take a deposit, dispatch the work, book, deposit, dispatch. You find a customer, you get a deposit, that's where you get paid, and then you dispatch the work to someone else who actually goes out and do the work, not you, not me. So this video is brought to you by Quote Buddy, which is my new middleman company that we are just dropping. It is open nationwide. So if you want me to teach you how to build a middleman company from scratch, I can teach you how to do it. Go ahead and get started with that free training. I'm going to drop the link in the description below. And if for some reason you don't get to see it or whatnot, because we're limited on how many students we can have in there, just put the word middleman in the comments below. So why do I believe, Sean, why do you believe that saving money is a bad idea? All right, let's talk about it. And again, I told you I'm going to do you a favor. And by the way, if you don't mind, share this video, share this channel with at least one person like you who needs this information. Share it on social media. Say, hey, there's this crazy guy on social media telling people to not save money. Go ahead and take a look at this video. Tell me what you think. Because, hey, listen, I could be wrong. This is just my advice for myself, right? So this is the things that I give you is, on this channel. It's just the rules that I live by. You don't have to do that. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you a different perspective. If that's fair, let's go ahead and get into it. So no one's talking about why saving money actually keeps you poor. So, and by the way, before we even dive deep into it, I just want to ask you a question. If saving money was the answer to financial freedom, why don't banks save money? You never thought about that, did you? They tell you to do what? Save money, but yet they themselves fail to do what? Save money. In fact, banks are always broke. I know. You're going to go nuts. You're going to be like, there's no way banks are broke. They got all that money. Banks borrow money consistently, right? Even overnight, they borrow from other banks to cover their bills for the day. Banks are always broke. I'm telling you. I know it sounds weird, but go look it up. So am I telling you to always be broke? No. But I'm telling you, be careful of what the banks tell you, and then the banks do something else. So I can't think of the words right now, but it essentially means watch what they do, not what they say. Okay? They'll tell you one thing and then do another. Okay, so, all right, let's get into it. So most people think saving money is a smart thing to do, but I just want to let you in on a little secret. If a paycheck has the power to feed you, it also has the power to, yes, starve you. So if it has the power to feed you, it also has the power to starve you. I don't want you to starve, and that's what this video is about. And so we're going to talk about, saving money and how it can put you in a really, really tough spot. And again, people have been saving since the dawn of time. What has it done for you? Or let me bring it home. Do you know anyone who became a financial success or gained financial freedom through saving? I'm just saying. All right. So all you're doing by saving money is just delaying the starvation. All right. So let's get into it. So if you look at the board behind me, it's funny. I hated school. I was not good in school, but yet here I am teaching. Go figure, man. This life just plays all kind of tricks on you. So, but you're looking at a guy who was homeless just a few years ago. It wasn't my first time. Hopefully it'll be my last. And starting in my senior year in high school, I was homeless. And this theme carried throughout my life and throughout my adult life. And I struggled, right? And just a few years ago, I was homeless again before, my life changed for the better. And there was a lot of things that I thought I knew and understood, and not even understand that these rules were keeping me broke. Not even understanding, especially post COVID. That's when it really hit me that, wait a minute, nothing's the same, everything has changed. Nothing the same as it, and everything has changed. And so we're going to go ahead and get into this. So we're going to, so to save time, I took the liberty of writing down the pros and cons ahead of time. And we're just going to break them down really quickly, and we'll start with the pros. So for a lot of you, when you think about saving money, you think about the pros of saving money is it makes you feel safe. So you stack a little money in the bank. You don't feel like you're broke. Feel like you got access to a little something if you need it. By the way, most people in America have less than $5,000 in their bank account. I'm just saying, if savings worked, it would be working, but it doesn't. So most people feel safe. That's one of the pros. Hey, I feel good. I'm not all the way broke. I got a little bit of cash in there, so I feel pretty good. Small emergencies. Hey, man, tire blows out. Transmission goes out on my car. I got $1,500 in the bank. I'll be able to take care of that. Okay, I got you. And I'm not fussing at you, and I'm not mad at you. I love the fact that you'll be able to take care of your emergency, okay? And last thing, sense of control. I got a little sense of control, man. I feel like, I can make a few decisions, man. I can decide on something, right? If I want to eat here, if I want to travel there, I can make a few decisions. Got a little money in the bank. But listen, that's about it, right? And most people are saving for emergencies that rarely happen. First of all, let me ask you, how long have you been saving for emergency? Oh, a long time, huh? When was the last time an emergency happened? Oh, rarely happens, huh? See, they tricked you. So, and besides, there are other ways to cover emergencies, and we'll get into that as we go. Now, let's look at the cons of saving money, right? The things that nobody tells you, right? Especially the banks, because it's not in their best interest. So, let's start with number one, inflation. Now, the numbers they give you on television for inflation are not real. Those are not true inflationary numbers. Those are the we're doing great, the economy is strong, we don't want to tell you the truth numbers. There's a real inflation rate that does not include, last time I checked, food and fuel. We know how expensive that is. And the reason they do that, in my opinion, is so they can brag about keeping the numbers low. But your money is being outpaced by inflation. And the reason I know it is because let's say inflation is at a real 3%. Well, the next one is 0% interest, which means what? Which means inflation is 3% ahead of your savings. Which means what? Which means your dollars are dying. It's a dead savings account. Your dollars are dying. Okay? So inflation eats your savings. Every year you save dollars that are worth less, right? So inflation comes along and it does what? It steals your buying power. So you guys might look at your paycheck and say, hey, I still make the same amount I made a few years ago. Well, and then you'll say, but it doesn't feel the same. Exactly, because you're looking at the quantity of the number that's on the check. It still says 50 grand. Okay, it's 50 grand. But you forgot to look at the buying power. The buying power has dissipated. And now that 50 grand only can buy 30 grand worth of items, right? And necessities. That's why it feels very, very painful. So also banks pay you 0% interest. So you're letting your money sit still in what I call a graveyard. A savings account is a graveyard for money, in my opinion. You're letting your money sit there when it could be growing, 0% interest. It's almost better to do anything with your money than to just park it in a bank account. Because I can guarantee if you park it in a bank account, they're going to give you nothing in return and use your money to make money. So I always say, look, watch what they do and do what they do. Right? Wouldn't that make more sense to play the game the way they play it? Another one, number 3. This is huge. Missed opportunities. And I only did 5. I could have went on and on and on. But missed opportunities. You guys are so convinced that you're going to have an emergency or a rainy day, you're scared to touch any of your savings account. Opportunities come and go. And you miss opportunities because you live in constant fear of having a zero in your bank account. Now, let me say this. I'm not telling you you should have no money in the bank. I'm not even telling you that you should go right now, grab all of your money out the bank and say, bump the bank, I'm dipping, give me my money, I'm out of here, and deuces. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you that if you're saving money for the purpose of covering emergencies or just feeling safe or having some sense of control, you're doing it the wrong way. I'm proving to you that these bank accounts are killing your savings. So there's a better way to do it. We'll talk about it in a second. So missed opportunities. Someone come by, have an idea, you miss out. Business opportunity, you miss out. Investment opportunity, you miss out. Why? Because you live in fear. You're constantly paralyzed thinking about not having a zero in your bank account. And I want to let you in on a little secret. There are plenty of rich and successful people who have zero in their bank account. In fact, they might have negative in their bank account. They're still rolling. And one of the big ways they do that is they're able to live off cash flow, not savings. I know some friends who are millionaires who constantly go into debt to grow cash flow. We're not going to talk about all that in this video, but I'm just letting you know. So don't be afraid of, well, I'm not going to get into that. Maybe another video. All right. Number 4, scarcity mindset. Right? It's a scarcity mindset. You're saving and hoarding money, which is essentially what you're doing, because you're afraid. You're afraid. You're not building because you're not ready. You're just afraid. You're afraid of anything when it comes to money and finances. You're terrified of all things. You don't want to take any risk. Everything is risky. Hey, you can do this and probably make some money, or you can try to get rich quickly. Oh, get rich quickly, Shon-Jhon, you know that's a scam. Oh, wait a second. So they didn't tell you about the real scam, which is stay broke for the rest of your life. Oh, that's not a scam? Work 40 hours a week until you're 65 or 70 or 75 now because they need you to die before they write you a Social Security check because they don't have it. So they need to put the Social Security benefits beyond your death, your death age, your survival rate, right? How long are we surviving? 72. Okay, stretch that thing to 75 because we need them to die before we take care of them. I'm just telling you, right? And so scarcity mindset, you just live in fear. Like you always live like there's never enough. And I've been that way for a long time, and I'm telling you, it's not a good way to live. There's abundance everywhere, especially for the children of God. If you're in the kingdom, you should be walking and living in abundance. It's everywhere all the time. You have access to everything. You're just not resourceful enough. And I've been there and done that too, right? But again, you don't want to be in a scarcity mindset. It really holds you back. Last but not least, emergencies don't need cash. Now I know this is going to blow your mind, but as I stated early in the video, think about the last time you actually had an emergency. And whenever you did have an emergency, how expensive was it? Not very expensive, right? There's not much that costs $5,000 the same day. There's not much that costs $1,000 the same day, right? But let's say you do have one of those emergencies. Let's see, something that could cost money very quickly. Getting your AC goes out, right? So if your AC goes out here in Dallas, you're in trouble. So your AC goes out, right? And they want to come in and give you a whole new unit, and let's say it's $2,500. So if you have $2,500 in the bank, you're going to say, Sean, I told you, I got $2,500 in the bank. I handled that emergency. I'm going to say that's awesome because I don't want you to be in the heat. But let me ask you a question. After you spent that $2,500, how much did they put back into your account? And you're going to say, zero. That's what I was saving it for. An emergency came. I justified saving it. Now I have zero in the account. And I'm going to say, oh, so now you have to start all over. You got nothing. Okay. Let me ask you this. Were there other ways that you could have paid for this emergency? Right? Credit card. See, if you swipe $2,500 on a credit card, they give you time to pay it back. Yes, it costs more, but they give you time to pay it back. Right? Borrowing. Family and friends. Hey, buddy, I got an emergency. If I can get $500 from you, $500 from you, whatever. All of a sudden, you have that. You have time to pay back. What about selling something? Hey, I got a no refrigerator. I don't have the $2,500. Let me sell this thing, get $1,000. I'm almost halfway there. On and on and on. Right? What about financing or payment plans? Most places allow you to finance payments. It benefits them because they can get rid of the inventory, make money up front and long term on it. So, and there are other ways. I'm not going to dive into all of it, but again, I just disproved the need to save money for an emergency account. Now, why would I save money? Because there are reasons you can save money, but if you're going to save money, save it for an opportunity to make more money. If you're going to stack money for the purpose of making more money. Save money should be converted into cash flow. You should use it to acquire an asset. Then that asset should produce cash flow, right? It's the SAC, S-A-C, right? And hope you guys can see it. It's savings should be used to acquire an asset. They should teach this in schools. By the way, I made this up, but it does help. And that asset is going to produce cash flow. So if you use your savings account, instead of waiting on bad things to happen, use the money. Savings account to acquire an asset, let the asset create cash flow. Live off the cash flow, not the savings. Right? I can do an entire video about that. Let me know if you want me to break that down. So again, stacking cash just to prepare for something bad to happen, something that might never happen, or just saving money just to save it. It's a terrible idea. If you're going to save money, because I'm not against saving. I'm just against saving money just to save money. Make sense? And if you guys understand, if I'm doing a decent job of explaining it, let me know in the comments if I'm doing okay. Smash the thumbs up. Because I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. I know people are addicted to savings, but think about it. You've been trying to save for how long? How has that worked out for you? Because it's not the answer. Cash flow is the answer. If instead of saving $5,000, how about you take the $5,000 out of savings, use it to acquire an asset, start a business or a side hustle or anything, then that thing makes you $5,000 a month. Now if you spend the $5,000, you get a new $5,000 next month. That's the beauty of cash flow, right? And so listen, you don't need to save your way to freedom. You don't know anyone who ever has, and I don't, and never will, right? You need to earn your way to freedom, and the way you do it. And I didn't even mean to talk about the SAC system, but it is what it is, right? And so income solves more problems than savings ever will, or I'll say it this way, cash flow solves more problems than savings ever will. And the simplest way to create another source of income is you got to come up with a way to, how do I make money? That's the question you got to ask, right? How do I make money? So you can get vending machines. I don't know much about that. You can start investing. You can bake cookies in your kitchen, whatever you want to do, right? So, but what I do know is the middleman business model, and so that's why I use it as an example. But if you start a middleman business with the 1 hour CEO blueprint, there's no product, love that. There's no service to deliver, love that. There's no heavy startup costs, gotta love that. So you just connect with people who need help, right? And then you help them find customers and you get paid in between. So I run my business in 1 hour per week using a VA and a fully automated system. It pays me while I sleep. And look, anybody can do it. It's not that hard. And so, but again, if it's something you want to do, just click the link in the video description below to get the free training. I think it's about 20, 30 minutes, and it'll walk you through what a business is, a middleman business is. And if that's something you want to learn, then get into the masterclass and let's start building it, right? So, but again, you do it from your phone. You don't have to leave your house. It's completely a business that's built and designed around freedom. So think about a company like Uber. Uber doesn't drive anybody around. Uber hires you and your neighbor to drive people around. They just connect you to people who need rides. They get paid when they connect you. They do not get paid for driving you around because they don't drive you around. Same way I do. My move-in service connects movers to customers. We don't move anybody, and I don't want to. And I have a lot of students who have a bunch of different industries they're in, from home cleaning, to window cleaning, to pressure washing. It does not matter. Vehicle detailing. You choose your own service, whichever one you want to get into. Just any service. You find customers for the businesses. Get paid every time you find a customer. You get paid up front, and you don't have to do any of the work. That's the beauty of it. So the bottom line, look, stop stacking cash. That's just the bottom line. Stop stacking cash. Start stacking cash below. I'll say it again. Stop stacking cash. Start stacking cash flow. It's better to live off cash flow anyway. So listen, you don't need more savings. You don't. You need more streams of income. That's going to be where freedom comes from. How are you making money when you're not at work? So again, I'm Shon-Jhon, the Middleman CEO. All you have to do is comment Middleman in the comments below if you want to learn how to do it and get the 1-hour blueprint for free. I'll teach you that, share that with you. But again, I just want you to understand, because I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this video, but I just want you to understand. And look at the pros. You can even add to it. What are the pros? Sean, it's going to be emergencies. I just disproved that you need to stack money for emergencies. But they're going to happen. I know they're going to happen. But there are other ways, plenty of other ways to pay for the emergency. You don't have to stack money in the bank. A better idea would be to use the savings to acquire an asset or start a business like Middleman and live off cash flow. If you start a Middleman business that makes you $5,000 a month, guess what? That's $5,000 per month you don't have to go to a job to get. That's freedom. All right, hit subscribe.